back ago, a great being, Gautam Buddha, tried to find out the root cause of human suffering. Life was very beautiful, very fulfilling, until he saw suffering. And that observation of human suffering awakened in him the need to find the root cause of all human suffering. And after many years of sincere and extreme inner investigation, he came to the conclusion that the root cause of all the human suffering was desires. And Gautam Buddha was dead right. The root cause of all human suffering was the desire. But Buddha only shared with us the half picture. Why he did so, we do not know. And what was that other half of the picture which Buddha didn't seem to share with us? That desires per se cannot do anything, cannot cause any harm to humans, cannot cause human suffering until and unless it is seen with its mutually opposite part, which is known as the great karmic framework. The immediate context, the context within which a desire needs to be manifested, can be called the great karmic framework. Without the great karmic framework, desires, the power of desires, are akin to a person without limbs. If desires can be seen as the what, then karmic footprint can be seen as how, where, when. What and how, where, when coexist, complement each other, and are irrelevant without the other. Desires per se mean nothing. They lose their potency, they lose their power, destructive power, constructive power, creative power, if they didn't have an environment or a plane where they could be manifested, they could be materialized. And in the same way, karmic framework does not exist or loses its power without the existence of the great energy of desires. And in this great partnership of desires and karmic framework, that we should try to understand the root cause of human suffering. Between them lies the answer to the root cause of human suffering. For practicality purposes and for us to easier to understand, we can allocate left hand side as to the great power of desires, human desires, and the right hand side to the great power of the karmic framework. And in between these two great opposites, which coexist with each other, which are futile without the other, which strengthen each other, which gives the other its power. The power of desires lies in the karmic framework. The power of the karmic law, or is derived from the desires. And what is that thing which is squeezed between the desire, the power of desire on the left hand side, and the power of karma or karmic framework on the right hand side. What is that thing which is squeezed between these two opposites, these two great complementing partners? It is the eternal existence that exists between these two opposites of desires and the karmic framework. Not only it is the existence that exists between these two opposites, but also human beings. We are cramped in between these two opposites. On one hand, the great power of desires, and on the other, the environment where the desires need to be materialized, and the resulting cause and effects at the level of human, at the level of environment, at the level of society, at the level of culture, at the level of religion, at the level of politics, at the level of nation. So all those implications of chasing a desire, of trying to fulfill your desires, the impressions and the reactions to those actions. And between these two great powers of desires and the karmic framework, that which is caught in between and is suffocated is the human being. We are that being which is caught in the middle of the two great opposites, the eternal pair of existence. As we are caught between such a deadly combination, that life becomes unpleasant, life becomes unfulfilling, life becomes frustrating, life becomes a roller coaster ride of few moments of happiness and many moments of sorrow or discontent. But if we are able to see these two great opposites, the desire, the power of desires, and the power of karma, the law of karma or the karmic framework, if we are able to see them as it is, and that being which is in the center of the two, which is caught in this trap of the two, in this play of the two opposites. It is almost like watching two shores of the ocean and the waves of water flowing from one end to the other shore, bouncing back and then returning to the other shore. The play of waves between the two shores of the ocean or great lake can be called existence, and can also be called at the micro level an individual, a human being. The one who can see the working in tandem of these two great opposites within and without, whether it's the dream state or the waking state, whether it's the subconscious state or the conscious state, can instantly become aware of his eternal nature, can see himself as he is originally, by default. So this natural state of ours is neither the two shores of existence nor the waves in between, neither the water. It is something which is in the background of everything. It is something which is the background of everything. Although it is the background of the entire existence, yet it doesn't own or owe anything. And because of this nature, because of its intrinsic nature, it is a state of unlimited space of expansiveness and eternal freedom.